I'm Dr. Contractor Mecca. Today we're going to talk about one of the magic 10 circles that we have. We use these circles to teach STEM and science. This circle actually is not of my invention. I learned it back when I was in kindergarten. And the book that I have yet that this comes in as a handout was written in 1926 by a very good music teacher, and basically is the basis of music theory. How do you make music, how do you play music, and how do you compose music? So what it's called is a circle of fifths. The circle of fifths very quickly and easily can turn into the circle of fourths. But we're only going to talk strongly today about the circle of fifths. And I have here with me is Haley, a 5th grade student, and her father Thad, who's a STEM teacher in Central Texas here. And he's coming with her every Sunday to do these STEM sessions that we put up on YouTube. And for those of you who are following us, I have 15,000 followers on YouTube. And some of these sessions may have 50 to 70,000 views. So we're doing very good with outreach, and we're very pleased with it, the response. So anyway, first of all, I'm going to have her become what we call my scribe. I don't see well, I don't hear well because of my age, and I don't write well anymore. So I have to have the eyes and ears of young people and their hands do some of the work that I used to do. So first of all, here I want you to draw a big circle.
Good heavens. Doesn't need a compass.
So that's called a circle. Okay, and along with this circle, hopefully, they'll learn some math. They'll learn that there's a radius there, dot to here becomes a diameter, and that's the circumference. Just on the circle alone, there's about 10 mathematical equations. So the equation that she should be learning now or very soon is 2 pi r, 2 times the radius times pi, and that will tell her how this is. So if this is a unit of 1, that's 2 times 1. This gets a little complicated when you use 1, but anyway, we teach the unit of 1, and then let's say it's 2. It'd be 2 times 4 times pi, and you know this here. So this is called visual learning. She learns what a circle is, and she learns the radius, she learns diameter, she learns the circumference. And now in mathematics, we're into what we call digital math, where you just tell this thing you want to do, you type in circle, and it knows this equation, and it's going to draw a circle for you on your paper or your 3D printer, whatever. So now we're moving into a world of what we call digital, and we have both smart telescopes and other smart devices. The drones, for example, you talk to it and you tell it to take off, and you tell it to follow you, and it follows you. The telescopes also are smart, and they will talk to you. You say find the sun, it goes finds the sun. When it finds the sun, it puts it in the middle of the screen, and it says to you vocally, is the sun in the middle of the screen? Then you say yes. So all this is changing all the mathematics that we're using. So this now is what we call visual math. You're going to visualize it with your eyeballs. So we're going to visualize the theory of music, the way it's been taught before, in a visual technique. Okay, so this is step 1. So right down here, step 1. Draw a circle. Good girl. Step 2, draw 3 boxes. 3 boxes. I can't see. T-H-R-E, yeah, box, that's okay. So now, draw a box here, a rectangle like that. Okay, and now tip this over and draw one like so. Just take this box, tip it down. There you go. Now draw another one. It's that simple. That's the foundation of the house. That's the foundation, okay? In what we call primitive figures. Primitive figures and 3D printing, figurative primitives in geometry and so on, are circles, squares, rectangles, and so on. So that's what we start with, is the figure. Now, as humans, we add to that alphanumerics and numbers. So now this is where music gets complicated, because there's two alphanumeric systems for music, but there's only one number system because that numbers can't change. But we can change the ABC. So up here, it starts right here, so put a C there. Now put an arrow this way. Good girl. And an arrow that way. So now put 5th, fifth. 4, fourth. Okay? So if we go around this way, it's a circle of fifths. If we go around this way, it's a circle of fours. So you have to learn the circle of fifths probably first before you will understand the circle of fours. So the fourth and fifths, put in a tick there. Then five ticks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so this is not really a step, but it is in the mental process. So most of you know in music, you're going to start with A, B, C, D, E. Okay, but that's not the way, generally speaking, music is taught. For whatever reason, music for the ear, by math and by physics, starts on C. On a piano, we have 88 keys. They're all C through C, so you have 8 octaves, 88 keys. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So right down here, that's C, D, E, F, G. Wait, no. C, D, E, F, G. We'll stop there. So C, D, E, F, G. Okay, so that's your fifths. Write down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, put up 5 hands. This is where you can use your hands as part of this learning process. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you do on the piano, right hand, left hand, organ, accordion. So you use this C, D, E, F, G. Okay? So we won't go over left hand now, we're just going around here. So do you follow this so far? Okay? So this is the foundation. So here we're up to G. So put a big G there. Okay, now put a pound sign here. You know what pound is? A number?
Hashtag.
Dot, dot.
Tic-tac-toe.
Good girl. No. You know what a little b is? Put a little b there. Now that little b in music notation is a flat. This is a sharp. Okay? So this side is sharps, this side is flats. Okay? So now we're going to go down here. We've got C, G, put D. Well, wait, let's do this different. The next step, put down next step, whatever number is. Is BEAD, B-E-A-D, capital.
D.
B-E-A-D. Okay, now write down capital B, capital E, capital A, capital B. B-E-A-D. This is relatively simple. This is not hard stuff yet. Now we're going to go up. B-E-A-D. Okay, so now we've got a lot of knowledge looking at us there. So we go down to G, and we've got one sharp. So now let's go down to D and put two of these over here. Two of those. And on A, put three of them.
Wait,
Three.
Three of these. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now this is all that she needs to know. This is all that most musicians need to know, probably through high school band. Okay. You need to know three sharps. Now over here, the flat side, we've got one flat. Oh, I didn't put over there, F. Put a big F there, just like the G here, but F. We've got one flat. So now here we're going to put, just like this, put two flats, three flats. Yeah. So now we're over here. Okay, so we're going down and we're into the flats. So this is three flats. This is what most horns will play. Bands, generally speaking, play down here in the flats. She plays a clarinet, which is a B flat instrument. We have two girls, or two of our students play B flat trumpet. So that's the key that they like, okay? So, in the violins, they happen to like sharps. So you start teaching violin usually up here in three sharps. So now we've got a problem. We've got here, write down, oh, I forgot, put an X here. Most musicians through high school, maybe even college, don't need to worry about 6. This is the same, 6, 6. But this is where it gets a little complicated, so we just leave that out of the learning process and so on. So this is what I said is called the, if you can reach up there, put circle of fifths. This is a fifth.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's okay. Good. Okay, so that's basically it. It's just a couple steps. So that's how to build it. Now you've got to decide how to use it. Okay? This is home. That's the happy part. This G, okay, we call the friendly key, the people's key. Okay, everybody likes this. This is hard to play on a guitar. Okay, this is easy to play on a violin, kind of hard to play on an accordion. So most people happen to like this, so they use that. Okay, small trios, quartets, and so on. So anyway, what you'll start doing is learning C here. Okay, let's go 1/5 here. So, like it or not, music is based more or less on a piano, or a piano is based on everything we're talking about, theory. So you have white keys. So write down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. You got
Keep
a
going.
7 and an 8.
There you go.
Okay. Now, the way the piano goes, and therefore music goes, put down C, D, I'm sorry, yeah, C, D, E, F, G. Put that down, C, D, E, F, G. And then A, B, C. Now underline this one and underline that one. Okay. Now we've got a keyboard. Okay, the problem is there are different kind of scales and instruments. The accordion, for example, we have diatonic accordions and we have chromatic accordions. So this is a scale. First of all, we have pentatonic scale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have songs that are written in a pentatonic scale, okay? And then we have songs that are written in a diatonic scale. So now write down do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. So on the piano now, write down 8 octaves. You have 8 of these guys. Go, so write down 4 low, just 4 low, L-O-W, and 4 high. So now you take your keyboard, and your keyboard has 88 keys. So now middle C, I just showed you up here, is the important one. So you got 4 octaves below, 4 octaves up here. And write down S, A, T, B. S, A, T, B. Most people who go to church and in our Romance language will probably know that means soprano. Soprano, now how to spell it? S-O-P-A-N-O. Alto, A-L-T-O. Tenor, T-E-N-O-R. And bass. So people know more or less this is probably alto, very, very high, very, very low. Okay? Middle C probably right about here. 4 octaves down here, 4 octaves up here. So when you write music or make a song, there are mathematical formulas that the composer follows. So rules of mathematics and the rules of physics. Okay? So one other thing that all musicians need to know is if this is middle C, put 5 there. That means that's the C above middle C. So there's C1, C2, C3, C4, then middle C. Then you have C5, C6, C7, C8, C8, 88. Okay? I realize it's complicated, so you have to learn it over and over. This doesn't come easy, but if you want to be a good musician, like it or not, you have to know the basis of this. So this is C5. So A5, write down A5. Now I don't know if you can write it here. This is where physics comes in now. Write down 440.
440.
440. That is the frequency of that note. 440 hertz. Way down. Long ones. Okay? Like if you get a radio license, your license to start with is a technician license. It's 440 band and 2 meters. So you're down 2 meters is 6 foot. So these wavelengths are long, way down here. Okay? That is the international. Put a circle around here. Just circle the whole thing. A, the A. Now, if you're using a guitar, a ukulele, an instrument that has to be tuned, they all, in our Western world, not the Asian world, but most of the Romance languages, we call it, country, have to be tuned to that, 440. And if you're not, you're out of tune. So some people will not be very happy with you singing or playing along with them if you're out of tune. That's why this becomes very important. Once you start doing something with another person, another instrument, you all have to be on the same, we call it in tune, out of tune. There's another word for it. What's the other word then? I can't think of the word now when they're out of tune.
I know better than me.
Oh, okay. Okay, so anyway, as we go down here, this is a scale, okay? Now, there are three kinds of scales that she has to worry about. A diatonic scale, and we use that to play jingle bells. So that's another way of teaching, for example, is visual teaching or sensory teaching. So watch my fingers now. Jingle bell, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, da 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 da, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. So this is a number system. So some people learn how to read the notes. You don't need to learn to read notes. You'll find most, I shouldn't say most, many good professional musicians cannot read music. They know what I'm teaching here, and they know how to make that come out on their fingers, on the guitar, or their voice, or whatever. So, okay, another one. So far we're talking about the basics of music. Now we're talking about a song. So write down number 1. A song is 32 measures long. 32 measures, M-E-A-S-U-R, long. Now put parenthesis. Now simple math tells you you can break that up into what? 4, 8, 16, 32. 4, comma, 8, 16, 32. Okay, now, music we don't want to get trite, okay? We want it to be creative. We want it to move us, and so on. Therefore, you can't be doing the same thing over and over, okay? So you have to have ways to make it shift. So write down number 2. Okay, so write down verse, V-E-R-S-E, chorus, equals A,
This one?
Under verse.
equals, the equal sign,
On verse equal A.
equal, big A, then equal big B.
I think that word is chorus.
Okay, equals
Bad.
16.
Chorus.
Equals 16. So now, traditionally for 100 years, most of our folk songs, most of our Christmas carols, most of our songs will have a verse and a chorus. Jingle bell, jingle all the way. Then it's going to repeat. So we're up to 8. So now it's not uncommon to repeat a song over and over. Happy birthday to you. That's a certain number of measures. Happy birthday to you. That's another 4. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Now we've done 32 measures, and all I did was repeat it over and over and over until I got 32 measures. Now the music doesn't always repeat. The words did, more or less. So when you write a song, it will have 16 measures. 16 measures means that you've got so many notes in a measure when you look at your sheet music. Okay? And then you look at it here, you've got a chorus. Jingle bells, dashing through the snow, with a one-horse open sleigh, how the how. So they don't want it the same in music, so you'll have a chorus different. So most songs, what we're going to get in next is harmony. It will be a little bit different. Okay? So let me see if there. Yeah, okay, so draw a line here. Now in music you have your upper there, the way up here, the piccolo, the flutes, the violins, and then as you move down you get down to the bass, that great big guitar that's as big as, bigger than I am, okay? Bass sounds. The lowest bass sound we learned at 440 hertz. The lowest bass sound on an organ, which is about as low as music goes, is 30 hertz. Okay, so 30 hertz is probably as low as anybody will ever go with what we're talking about. So now write down harmony. Okay. So now we go back to our hands again. Okay. For whatever reason, things sound good together. They call that harmony. They don't sound good together, it's called disharmony, D-Y-S. You're out of tune. People don't like you. They tell you to leave the room. And musicians will do that. I say they don't like somebody out of tune. Okay? So, harmony means that it sounds good together.
Your marker was.
So if you take, put down again C, D, E, F, G, all the way up, just like you did. F, G, A, B, C, an octave. This is where the challenge comes in teaching. Should you start with A, B, C, or should you start with C? Some teaching systems start with ABC because we learn ABC, but that's not the way music goes. So it confuses an awful lot of students. Starting with C, that's the way music goes. Low C, middle C, high C, and so on. So here, what you've got, put down there 1 through again, just like you did there. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now, this is where you've got to use your hands a little bit. Harmony, things that sound good, if there's the same note down with the guitar that she's singing or playing on the clarinet, then it's going to sound good. If it's not the same note, it probably is not going to sound good. It may not. Sometimes they call it a passing note, so you're going to pass by very quick, so people can't pick it up. So, okay, so put a circle, let's see, 1, 3, 5. Put 1, 3, 5, 3, 5 equals C chord, C-H-O-R-D. C-H-O-R-D, but put a circle on C so we know it's C, okay? Equals 1 in the Roman numeral, you know Roman numerals, okay? Roman numeral 1, comma, tonic, T-O-N-I-C, T-O-N-I-C, good, okay? Now, that's the tonic. That's the start of the first chord in our scale, C. 1, 3, 5. So those are the important ones. So now you look at 3, but the next important one is 5. So you go from 1 to 5. So write down here, 5. Okay, so now we've counted up there, C, D, E, F, G. Now we're up here, G, B, D. G, B, D. Okay, and that's chord 5, Roman numeral 5, the V. Equals. Okay, equals dominant, D-O-M, dom, min, N-A-T-E. Learn to phonicize, dominant, D-O-M-N-N. Take words, break them up into parts, syllabalize it, okay? So in a song here where you've got a simple song, there's many simple songs. Mary had a little lamb, little lamb, little lamb, or twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder where you are. There's many very simple songs, and therefore many simple songs are right down 2 chords. 2 chords, C-H-O-R-D. So, for your guitar player and your harmony people, all they have to learn, the first important one, where is tonic? Somehow here, write an arrow down here. Most important. Right, most important. That song must end in that chord and that note. It's in the key of C. I know when you say the Mexican mariachi that sits in the chord of C, Roman numeral 1, I know the song's going to end in C and the last note will be a C. That's part of the formula of music now. Okay. More than likely, the first note will be, but not by the rule. That's where it gets a little complicated. Okay, so this guy, where we at here? Dominant, put a arrow up. Same way, but arrow up. And leave some room to write down there. Good girl. Now, second most important. So now harmony again equals so when those people who don't want to learn music, bluegrass people, a lot of them for example, your song, your harmony will be a 1-5-3 song. 1, 5, and we haven't gone over 3. Just right. 1, comma, 5, comma, 3. So if you go to some bluegrass music, at the top of it now, it's going to tell you the rhythm, how fast it is. It'll tell you it's in the key of C, and it'll say it's a 1-3-5 song. And that's all they're going to tell you. Okay, sheet music will give you lots of information, but not everybody learns to read sheet music. Or the song could be a 1-3-5 song. So write down again. These are different song patterns. So same thing, just write this same way. What that means is the C chord is going to first, the tonic, dominant, subdominant. Okay, now today we won't get into 3, okay? 3 is the 4th, that's a circle of 4ths that we're going around. So if you get those 2 in your head and you can start using them, it might take her about 2 months to get this in her head coming out her fingers, okay? You can play about 1,000 songs. They're called 2-chord songs. And then the next one will be 3 chords. They're going to add that 4th one down here. They'll add, no, don't write it, because we're not going to do that today, okay? Now, and I'm going to have her take pictures of these so she gets copies of it. So,
okay,
we're going to start now on, so we've gone over the basics of theory, the circle of fifths. we've gone over how a song is made, and then what you've got to go over is more or less how you use all this here. Okay, so let me see where we're at on time.
3 o'clock.
Okay, we've got a little bit of time in. I've got 3, 4, 9. Okay, let me think how we want to attack this here. So we went over the circle fifths, went over the theory and how to write a song. Yeah, I think we'll stop there because there's just some other things we're doing today. We're going to do some other things today. So this is the lecture part, if you want to call that, of the STEM for today and so on. I did want to know, I need to go over, she won't be able to do the third part of our lesson. So let's go up. Some of this you may do. So it's called grand staff. Write down grand staff. ST. Okay. Now draw 5 lines with a space between them. 5 lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now just draw a line here. A little line. Now draw 5 more. No, these have to be long. Now, because she plays clarinet, or learning clarinet, we're only going to cover up here. So this is the grand staff, okay? This is a treble clef, so write down treble clef, C-L-E-F.
I do treble clef.
Yeah.
This bass clef.
Bass clef. Now this is where mnemonics comes in. I probably would not have made it through medical school without mnemonics. Learning the anatomy of the body is next to impossible for tests and so on. So what we're going to do here is teach her the mnemonics of learning this here. So this is C, put down C, okay? Okay, so what comes next? C, D, E. That's C on a line, then a space is D. D, no space. You got a space here. This is a space. D. E.
He's on the line.
F.
That's the
G.
G's on.
A. B. C. Okay? So now write down every good boy does. Fine, put away. No.
No, it's every good boy.
Yeah, I want
it is.
every good boy does. Finish up here. D. Does fine.
No.
Okay. Got it. So let's start with the easy one. Let's go. The spaces are where's C? Right here. I can't say C. Okay, the spaces are F, A, C, E. Put an F here. Face. F. Just write face, yeah. Okay. And this one is every good boy does fine. The lines are every good boy does fine. So just write that up there. Somewhere here. Every good boy does fine, however you want to do it. Then you have other mnemonics for the bottom, but we're not going to cover that today. All cows eat grass. So, but most flute players, trumpet players, clarinet players, saxophone players probably will never learn this. It's too bad because they should, but anyway, they probably won't. Guitar player, generally speaking, has to learn this to play with you, okay? So, now you have to learn to read sheet music. The problem is, you want the first one from today. Can you find it?
No, that
Okay.
one.
The problem is now, in music, that's okay.
One more.
Write a little triangle down like that. One, and a triangle here. Okay, then skip, okay. And what we're getting to now is tones and semitones. This is a tone, okay? These are semitones. It's a half a tone. So 440, a half of 440 might be 220. So that then would be, this is where it gets a little complicated now, but you need to, is write C here, okay, and put an up arrow, and then a down arrow. C up becomes a sharp, put a sharp. If you go up, you've made it a sharp, you've sharpened, so now it's C sharp. So if you look at the music and find that little number sign there, you have adding this note to it. So that's a flat. Now, right down here, the word, this is going to be a hard word now. Enharmonic, E-N-H-A-R-M-O-N-I-C. This is where this whole music gets very complicated, because what we've done is add the human intelligence, 200 years of math and physics, on top of something extremely simple. The folk musicians of Panama, where I was for 5 years, or anywhere in the world, if they have a good ear, everything I've said here they can do without ever saying it. They hear the music, they can play the guitar along with it, and so on. So it's relatively simple until you start putting our eyes and ears and fingers on top of it. So an enharmonic means, and I use this as an example, my name is Dan, okay? So you can call me Dr. Khan, you can call me Dan, or you can call me Hey You. Doesn't matter what you call me, I'm the same guy, okay? So when you change this here, C sharp or whatever, you can make a note that is the same. So if you look at the sheet music and you've got a C with 4 sharps on it, that might be the same as a C with 4 flats. It's the same note to the ear, but now to the poor student learning all this, it's extremely complicated. And it goes through all this here that we're teaching. They've got to learn sheet music, that's got the charts. Let's go back to your sheet music.
Last page.
So now, let's see how to do it. You're going to put, and this is G, so it's going to go like so around that G. A C, a big C. There. Okay, well, a little bit more. Doesn't matter, just a little bit more. There, okay. That tells you this is treble clef. Just make a C here. That tells you this is bass clef. Okay, so treble clef. So now, with what we've gone through, if we go to the friendly key, the people's key, the one guitar players like, it's G. So what we're going to do, and this is where the math comes in, you can get a slide rule, you can get any kind of math calculator you want to figure this out, but you have to have that algorithm exactly the same for all these keys. So what we're going to do is we're going to take G, let's put a sharp here, right over there. Now that G has to be played as a G sharp. So on the accordion or piano, whatever, now you got to go up to the black key. So this is why you've got to learn the white keys and the black keys. And then as we go around that circle fifths, let's say we're teaching violin. The easy key to teach a violin on and to learn on is 3 sharps. So that would be A, and it will have 3 sharps on the line. Therefore, if she's going to play Silent Night on the clarinet or trumpet with somebody who doesn't play a B-flat instrument, she's going to be in a different key. It's just the way it is. So they'll have to read it different, but it's going to sound the same. So now if any of you can track what I'm saying, if you take a B-flat trumpet, a B-flat trumpet means it's made in B-flat. So B-flat, where is our high C? Here is C, here is B, so B-flat is the one in the middle. So when that basic sound comes out of that trumpet, it is a B-flat. But you're playing a C. So therefore her music has to be for a B-flat instrument, but in looking at the music, when you read it, this is where the problem comes with the clarinet. If it's in C, for her it's going to be at least 2 keys higher. There'll be 2 flats. So she'll be playing in D when I'm playing in C. Or B flat, they'll be playing B flat on a trumpet when they want a C. So this is where all this has to start coming. As they're doing all this here and listening, their mind's got to be working over this here. Okay? So it's a lot to learn at one time, but like it or not, they can do it. I've been teaching this way now for 30 years. And I have young ones like this here who could actually play the fiddle, violin, but fiddle style, and actually dance at the same time. And she could play a piano accordion and a button accordion too, before she hit high school. So I know that the brain at this age can handle this if it's given to them in the right way, 1, and then 2, you build on it. She's got to build every Sunday on what we're talking about here. So today, write down Jingle Bells, and Silent Night. Okay, now put a little X there. Just an arrow like that. And write down key, K-E-Y, of G. Okay, so we're going to learn it in the key of G, but she will not play it in the key of G on the clarinet. The trumpet will not play it in the key of G, but the guitar player will play in the key of G. The accordion player will play in the key of G. So what we've done is our music book that's available, which we'll put in the description when we put this up, that we'll be practicing this till Christmas time. So the songs to learn without sheet music to play for Christmas are Jingle Bells and Silent Night. And we've done this for almost 25 years too. And then we go caroling or whatever, we get on TV shows, and everybody can play them together. Now in the world that I'm producing this for, we can actually have, the music is downloadable. If they follow what we're doing on practice sessions, we can have practice sessions on the internet every Friday night or whatever we've done in the past, and then we can all play together. So if you've kept up on space, we're involved with the astronauts. Just about a month and a half ago, a professional musician who's an astronaut played the violin from space. And she played the Star Wars theme. And on Earth, in Africa, Haiti, and a couple other places, they had a group of young people, probably from their schools, play along with the lady up in space. Really amazing, okay? But that's where we're at with technology, and that's what STEM is. So this is a STEM lecture. This is not like a band lecture in a high school band or middle school band. Most of this they will probably never cover in a high school band. So, okay, sounds good.